And welcome to Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chambers.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's Kung Fu Friday.
It is?
Yee.
Yee.
That's why we're here, Con. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're in this. We're hidden and shadows of the secret chamber.
I want to be White Shadow.
No, that's Miko. You guys saw him on the Insta. If you guys are on there, that's the newest shadow. I'm Alex.
I can't see.
And I'm Khan.
Yeah, so we're coming to you guys today with this dope movie that we watched called Chasing the Dragon.
Drug reference.
Chasing the dragon. Chasing the dragon.
Magic Dragon.
That's the song. This is a classic song of Chasing the Dragon by Aerosmith. So, we're going to start off with an introduction first. I want to let you guys know we are Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chambers. One chamber, sorry. Con. I'm sorry. What we're about is we watch and review awesome kung fu / martial arts films. We really don't care if they're modern, if they're the latest, or if they're some classic old school movies. But we review them, or we watch them and review them in a comical way for you and your friends and your friend's sister
And Stacy's mom.
and her daughter Rose. Rose is so fine. Anyways, so that's kind of what we're about. We like to start the episode off with telling y'all what we've been watching lately. So, Con, why don't you kick us off?
I actually haven't been watching anything. I've been doing a lot of research on all of just a bunch of new games in particular.
Okay. Yeah, what's
Dragon Ball Fighter Z
Okay.
is developed by Arc System Works, and I'm a huge fan of their fighting games and even their just other RPGs and stuff that they put out.
What's
It's
another big one that they've put out like in fighting games?
Blaze Blue,
Blaze Blue.
Guilty Gear.
Uh-huh.
But again, these are all like really anime fighters, which makes sense for Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
For sure.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z it's gonna be huge. People who thought Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was gonna be huge this year, like, don't get me wrong, I still love that game.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball Fighter Z is like a phenomenon. It's
Really?
gonna be it's that huge.
Oh, I need it. I want it right now.
Also, speaking on other games, Monster Hunter Worlds came out, and Kanzi is leaving the PS4 in the other room, and I can't use it to play Monster Hunter.
Don't put me on blast.
But yeah, the
I
Monster
bought
Hunter-
it.
Yeah, you bought that one. You bought that one.
You wait your turn, Con. You wait your turn 6 weeks later. And
8 months later.
and then
That's
you
how
can
long it's
play.
gonna take to get to PC.
Jeez.
But I mean, like, there's just 2018 is gonna be huge on video games, way better than 2017, because 2017 had a lot of like overhyped bull.
Yeah, nothing good. Well, what about you, Nekonti?
I have been playing Tomb Raider all day today. I get like one day off where I can just do nothing. So
Yeah.
it was nice to just chill and play Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. And I played Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
As you gathered from earlier, from Khan's complaints.
Game is amazing. It's crazy.
Want to bring up though that the Tomb Raider trailer, I asked Nakansi about this earlier, is that the new Tomb Raider movie is going to have some sort of tie-ins with the actual game,
Oh, that's pretty sick.
but it is its own story at the same time,
Uh-huh.
and that game is amazing. Like, there's great storytelling in that game, and I'm super excited for the movie.
That's sick.
It's yeah, it's like I'm surprised how good the game itself is, because there's some games where you kind of just move along and push buttons and it's just like watching a visual, but this one you're like, whoa, it gets intense.
It's a roller coaster, guys.
It is. Everybody needs to go play Tomb Raider.
There you go. All the gaming world, y'all go check out those games. What is it? So it's Dragon Ball Z Fighter,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Fighter Z, and then we got the new Tomb Raider game for PS4.
Old Tomb Raider game. I just don't play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
It's
that.
way old.
Well, if you guys haven't gotten around to it,
Easy recommendation.
get around to it.
Yeah.
I've been all right. Super lame. I've been reading lately. I haven't been
Ooh.
on the Netflix lately, but I've been reading a trilogy. It's a Robin Hobb trilogy called The Assassin's Quest, the Farseer trilogy. I'm on book 3. It's a pretty dope story. It's basically about this
1 minute review.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Book
do
style.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna try and keep it really short. I know it's a trilogy, so I'll just kind of tell you the gist of the first book. It's this kid who was born illegitimately to a king in waiting. The guy's name was Chivalry. Anyways, terrible naming of the characters in this book. It's hilarious, but it kind of grows on you after a while. Anyways, it's about him trying to thwart his evil uncle's plans to take the throne. And there's pretty cool, like, it's kind of fantasy, so there's like this aspect about where they have like this superpower where they can, not superpower, but like a power to, or like a magic to read other people's minds and get them, like, persuade them to do things without even knowing you're persuading them to. It's kind of like the Force. But it's super dope. The author's Robin Hobb, and again, it's called Assassin's Quest, the Farseer trilogy.
I'm gonna call that at 50 seconds because it took me about 10 seconds to open up the stopwatch. So
all right, not bad.
you know,
not
you did
bad.
it. You did it. Sold it.
Yeah. So today we watched again Chasing the Dragon. We had let me pull this up. Or actually, you know what? That's your job.
Done.
Concy.
Movie facts. History.
Chasing the Dragon actually just came out on Blu-ray January 23rd to America, but the film came out at the end of September in Hong Kong and China. Stars Andy Lau and Donnie Yen.
Y'all know, Ip Man. There you go, Donnie Yen.
Honestly, it's hard for me to remember all like Andy Lau's films, but I recognize his face right away.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure, he's been in a lot of movies. He's a great actor and definitely someone you want to root for. I don't know what it is. He's got that face, man. He's got that trusting, that face you just want to trust.
Crazy part about this film is Andy Lau played the same character in 1991, and his character's name is Lee Rock.
Whoa.
But the film in 1991, there was 2 films, and it was completely from his point of view. For this movie, it's in Donnie Yen's point of view, or his character is called Crippled Ho.
God damn it. We're 12 years old. Okay, so should I try, since I already had a good warm-up with the book that I've been reading, to
summarize it without spoiling it?
All right. Ooh,
All right.
That's my hardest. This is hardest, the tallest hurdle to jump over.
go.
Okay, so we got Cripple Ho. He is, a street rat like Aladdin again, with big aspirations to make a lot of money, but he's got his boys on his back. And
Gang.
yeah, that's gang. And then we got a crooked cop who actually comes upon them because they got into a gang fight, and then they come into a partnership so that Cripple Ho can start selling drugs, but then the police keeps tabs on him, and they kind of give him the share of their profit. The Brits are there, fucking shit up, oppressing the people, and Donnie Yen and Andy Lau basically try to team up and try to overthrow them while staying out of the jail.
That's 14 seconds left on the clock, so you're getting faster.
I'm getting a little faster. I don't know if I said enough. It was a long
but
movie.
also you weren't trying to spoil anything, and I mean,
there's
a lot of things that we need to touch on when we go through the categories without.
I got it. Man comes from foreign land, meets other man, does not like man. Other man doesn't like man either. Man meets man becomes best friends. Man.
When is Boy Meets World?
Not to be confused with a man named Man, by the way.
Man hung. So let's get into this one. This movie was super long, but like in a good way. And fuck, man, Donnie Yen, you know, your typical kung fu movie hero, like, man, he was like Al Pacino, Johnny Depp, and
Donnie Yen.
Robert De Niro, all just tied into one. Like it was like the movie Blow and Scarface all put into one, dude. It was a dope movie.
He needs to win an award for his acting in this film.
I forgot that I was watching Donnie Yen, and I was like, "This is crippled hoe."
I would want to bring up that this movie, there's a lot of parallels to draw to Shinjuku Incident, but I absolutely loved Shinjuku Incident. It was a really different take for Jackie Chan, and this is also in the same vein where you're like, wait, Donnie Yen can like do all this still outside of just kung fu movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's really great to see like this opportunity for them to explore other projects. And there was still action in the movie, but it was so gritty. But and a lot of the time, like we got drawn into the story.
Yeah,
like they did. It was really well scripted, so you were rooting for Donnie Yen for most of the film, if not all of the film.
Yeah, it was incredible. Let's jump into these categories so we really dissect this motherfucker. I couldn't wait to get on this mic, so let's do it. What do you got for us, Conti?
First one is plot and acting.
Plot and acting. Well, we kind of already touched on it, so I want to try and not repeat much of what I said, but the plot was just, of course it was based off of a true story, so let's just kind of say, how did they present it?
With overall, the storytelling in the movie was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, the director was amazing, but also that script was amazing.
Yeah.
That, you know, there's a lot of, like, everybody was carrying more than their weight. I think this movie really does deserve an award.
100%.
Like, that was great.
Even the supporting cast.
You were, like, connecting to just, oh, no, like, this is our brother, and, you know, we're gonna help him. Oh, no, he, like, there's a huge fight. Like, you're protecting your family.
Yeah.
You know?
When bad things happened to the characters, you did not want those things to happen to them.
Yeah.
Because you liked them so much.
Even though they are, let's be honest, these are drug lords, there's druggies, like just gangsters. Like, it's in general, it's a bad light. And you're just like still rooting for them the whole time.
Yeah, they did a really good job of selling the audience on these are good guys.
And the reason why you're rooting for them is because in the beginning of the film, he only joined that gang so he could help the people that helped him come from China to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
He was trying, and they were in debt, so he was like, oh, well, you helped me, so I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
And the police kind of presented him with that opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't. I mean, he was slanging drugs, but he hated that was the way he had to do it. How to accomplish his goals.
And it showed the inner turmoil he had, especially as he got more powerful, when he didn't want any of his family or anybody who he
Directly.
knew directly that he didn't want them to touch the drugs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give the acting and the plot, I'm gonna give those 9s out of 10s.
We know that I never give perfect scores. This is be as close to a 10 as a 9 gets.
Right.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. Without fully being a 10.
Plot, the way it was told, it was just so well rounded. 9 out of 10. Acting, everybody was believable. So 9 out of 10 again.
Holy fuck, man.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Cinematography, 9 out of 10.
Oof. Is that our next category?
Yeah.
Yep.
9 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. I want to bring up that because this is a modern film, you do get to see some of the shots using a more modern technique like a railing system, but the way it pans over is phenomenal shots. Like getting to see all that architecture of what I would assume is supposed to be Hong Kong apartment complexes and like the slums.
You know what's kind of interesting about the camera techniques and angles and way of like following the characters? It did a good job of making you feel like you were watching a movie in the 90s. And
A lot of the like the specific clutter that they were adding into shots felt really thematic of like, yeah, you were in the 90s or you were in like the slums of Hong Kong. They were slinging drugs.
Yeah, it was very it kind of gave you a nostalgic vibe that I love when you know, when cinematographers or directors whatever do when they're filming a movie that was like kind of a tribute to a movie from a certain era. So definitely appreciated that. And you know what? I'm gonna revoke my 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give my first 10 out of 10. Let it be noted on our 10th episode. What coincidence?
Nani?
Anyway,
And this film takes place in 1963.
so that's another homage to.
So we were all wrong on our timing, but still.
Yeah.
Well, no,
But-
the movie was filmed in the 90s though. That's
No.
when the original.
Oh, the original
movie.
film.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I
Yeah.
was talking about.
It's a remake of a 1991 film. Yeah.
Yeah. So yep, 10 out of 10. What about? Did you already?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So 9 out of 10. Con.
9 out of 10. This movie
10 out of 10 for me.
is great, and it is honestly, there's a ton of rewatchability. We haven't
yeah.
even seen it again, and I'm like, let's go back.
What we got next? We got music.
Music. I give music a 9 out of 10. Everything was just well placed, set excellently. It wasn't like my favorite. That's the only reason why this movie isn't getting a 10 out of 10 for me, because it's not a favorite of my movies.
Right.
But it's all superbly well done.
Yeah.
I am gonna cut off Alex.
That's okay.
And just go straight into it. This soundtrack was amazing. Like their choices of just taking us to different places in the scenes, like you specifically when we go to Taiwan or Thailand, I forget which one. Like their choice there was still like they still used modern techniques, but it felt like Thai music.
Yeah.
And
It really set the tone, the mood.
right. And as far as other musical choices go in there, like these were, what was the time again?
1963.
Yeah, this was like just like this was time period music playing in a lot of
Yes.
those areas that felt, you kept saying it, like they just brought so much sass and swag to the movie.
They did, man.
Like the soundtrack alone was setting that tone, and that like I would download the soundtrack and listen to it. Like it felt great, and the dramatized music still sent chills, and
Yeah.
if I'm getting goosebumps on a soundtrack, I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah, dude. So I'm also gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because all of what you said, man. I agree tenfold. And yeah, dude, it was definitely a special one for me.
Action choreography.
So did you keep track of how many actual fights there were?
No, this movie had like probably 7 fights. I was keeping like, kind of. But this film wasn't about kung fu.
Right.
Yeah.
This was not a kung fu film. It just had kung fu action stars.
Which
Right.
which we came in expecting a kung fu film. But how cool is it that a kung fu fighting film, like a movie star, did a movie where he like just fought and brawled like a normal brawler.
Shit was gritty.
It was.
Yeah.
It was freaking dope, man.
Again, bringing up Shinjuku incident, seeing Jackie Chan do those fights, they were. I mean, obviously you're gonna choreograph a fight anyway,
Mhm.
but like taking Jackie Chan's lighthearted fight scenes and then making it gritty, there was still Jackie Chan flavor going on in there, and so in comparison to this movie, like Donnie Yen does insanely like tough looking like fights.
Yeah,
And for this to go just brawling and make it grittier,
yeah,
like, ooh,
Yeah.
so many moments.
Honestly, I still wanted some kung fu. I wanted Donnie Yen to do kung fu in this film. But I read something interesting. When he was filming the Triple X movie,
hmm
The Return of Xander Cage, the director of this film flew to him and said, I really, really want you to be in this film. I need you to be in this film.
right.
Even though he's like, there's not gonna be kung fu in this film, but I want you to be in this
Right.
Yeah.
film. And Donnie Yen was like, all right, because the director was so sincere with his vision.
That's incredible. And you know what? Donnie Yen just took it and ran with it. I mean, again, he just did. We came in expecting a kung fu film, and I just really like appreciated out the gates. I was like, oh, he's not doing kung fu, and this isn't about his kung fu. It's really more about his acting abilities, and
Which are still really good.
just yeah. Oh my God, did such a fantastic job of bringing that character, that person to life.
Yeah, and speaking of Donnie Yen being in a movie that's kind of outside the genre, I mean, even in Rogue One, he was still doing, like, his action scenes were still, like, kung fu.
Yeah,
But there was still that, like, it's different from a lot of his other stuff. This is, like, 3 steps beyond that. Like, we were,
Yeah.
like, Donnie Yen is in there being, like, drunk brawl brutal. That's not at all what we see in all of his films. It's so calculated on the movements.
he's a good English, like American actor, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's really American, but like good at playing English speaking roles.
Yeah.
That just really long dragged that way.
It's like, what is he trying to say?
Let me just say it 7 times until I hit the right
okay.
one.
Gotcha. I got it.
No, but he's really good, man. Honestly, I may be upsetting some people right now, but I can honestly say that he has been the most believable kung fu movie actor, like, to take on different roles, and you're not sitting there being like, oh, it's Jet Li, oh, that's Jackie Chan. Like, honestly, I could sit here and be like, no, Donnie Yen is that that blind guy in Star Wars, or
Right.
he's that poor villager in Dragon. You know what I mean?
Right. We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, dude. It's like you just get sucked into the role that he's acting, and you're not seeing Donnie Yen on camera. You're seeing his character. At least for me, that's been my experience.
You need to watch Jet Li's Ocean's Heaven.
Which one's that
That
one?
is like the only movie that
It's
you've
the only
gotten to
movie he
see.
doesn't do kung fu in.
Yeah.
Really?
But it's like straight acting.
But it is
but,
great.
But yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to diminish the other actors. Jackie Chan and Jet Li, their acting abilities, because they have done some really good roles where you're just like, all right, this is Jet Li as an old, like groundskeeper. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
Yeah.
But no, I think Donnie Yen has kind of really I'm just really impressed by him every single role that he takes on. So
I wish that Jackie Chan and Jet Li would make more movies. I know they're doing their own thing right now because Donnie Yen is as old as they are.
oh yeah,
But he's
Yeah.
still like
He's when Jet Li was having his huge movies, Donnie Yen was supporting support roles in those movies.
really.
But yeah.
But his career wasn't quite as illustrious as
No, his career did not pop off at all
yeah.
for the longest time.
for a very long time until Jackie Chan and Jet Li kind of like started doing other things,
Mhm.
and then Donnie Yen just exploded out of nowhere.
Yeah, he
He was the
definitely
goat.
came out of nowhere.
Then he was the
Like-
go-to guy for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was definitely a just a talent waiting to be found right
It was
there.
just he was waiting for his time.
Yeah.
But now, now that his time is during where technology is crazy impressive right now,
Mhm.
we say this now, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's cool to see.
No, he's doing great. I think he's fantastic. I can't wait to see more of his older movies, whatever. I'm ready for bring on the Donnie Yen.
I want to see his version of Fist of Fury. It'd just be very interesting.
Oh, I'm sure it
Because
would be,
we
huh?
Yeah.
we haven't watched it yet.
Well,
But Donnie Yen seems like the closest to a Bruce Lee.
type person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way his movies and everything.
I wanted to bring up. This is still definitely one of my favorite Donnie Yen movies. Is Dragon Tiger Gate. Like, this is 2006. That's how old it is, and it's part of like being a Donnie Yen fan. Like, you get to see him do such a goofy role, but he like carries
Really?
it. Like, I really love that movie. It's very stylized. It's what, 12 years old now,
And it's based
Like-
off a comic book.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna safely say that you guys may be hearing a movie review for that one. And since we're already recommending it, we went on this long Donnie Yen tangent. Was that for action?
That was
All right. I'm gonna give the action an 8 out of 10.
The action itself, I feel like there was a lot more to storytelling that lended it to it,
Yeah.
but I still would put it at least a 7 out of 10.
There you go.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Awesome.
It served its purpose, but
For-
it wasn't amazing.
Right. For sure. And then what's our final
Overall,
overall?
I give this film is a badass film. I give it 9 out of 10.
Same. Badass film. 9 out of 10.
Bad ass film, 9 out of 10. Easy recommendation.
Yes.
Not even a recommendation.
Like, you kind of
Like,
need to see it.
I'll buy you a copy so you can watch it.
I will watch it with you
Yeah.
the first time so I can watch you react to it like I did.
I'm,
Hit us up so we can watch it with you and judge you.
All right.
you better like this movie. You
Wait,
don't have
why
a-
aren't you reacting to this part? Why aren't you reacting? What's
How
wrong
are
with
not
you?
connecting to these drugs?
Do you have no soul? You have to connect with this film.
I'm rewinding it. We're watching it again.
If you have to use the bathroom, go ahead. I'll pause it. Actually, they did that for me. I had to use the bathroom.
we all.
We're like, okay,
unfortunately.
we'll just wait. Okay, I was like, thank you so much.
We even rewinded it because I was craving brownies and ice cream because they made brownies and I had to make it bowl.
How you gonna bake those in the same house where we watching the movie?
I
We're gonna
know.
have to eat them. So gotta end it on our favorite little segment here. What the fuck moments?
That movie, oh my god, it was hard to track the first half of the movie. Like, I was just so into the storytelling. I'd have to go back and pick out a couple, but
'Cause, yeah, you-
specifically,
Yeah.
in the first half of the movie, there was the overdosed drink, or was that in the second half? It's hard to.
That was intense. That was in the first half.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
like forced him to drink the overdosed drink. It was really insane.
Just kind of like as a way to torture him into like, hey, if you don't tell us,
Yeah.
we won't help give you the remedy for this fucking drink.
And then in the second half of the movie, and I'm gonna steal this from you guys if you were thinking a different one, but the pee scene.
Yeah, that was gross.
Oh, that was disgusting.
That was so
messed
like,
up.
Yeah, the
over the
British
top.
the British cop was basically trying to make somebody drink his piss
Whoa,
for.
whoa.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, we can't spoil everything, but let's just say you don't suck dick for weed.
No, you don't. But you might for some other kinds of drugs. Don't do drug, kids. My what the fuck scene is the part where It was kind of like that montage where Cripple Ho's character, or Donnie Yen's character anyway, Cripple Ho,
Cripple Ho.
was, you know, his side when of the drug industry was starting to get big, and like kind of you see kind of the sweatshop where all the guys are making the drugs, and one guy like fucks up an order or something like that, so the guards come in, grab him by the hair, open his mouth, and shove a blow dryer down his fucking mouth. I was like, I didn't know that was a form of torture. And that's intense. I was like, what the fuck? Just heat pouring down your throat. Holy shit. So that was my what the fuck moment right there.
My what the fuck moment was when they had the first huge fight scene.
Uh-huh.
At the very beginning of the movie.
Yes.
That
And
was-
Donnie Yen was just doing flying jump kicks to people's faces. It's like 1, 2. He was just like Bruce Lee's jump kick everywhere.
Pretty amazing.
I'm gonna sneak in 2 more good what the fuck moments.
Sure.
Because Nakansi brought up the beginning of the film, I also have to admit that one of my prime what the fuck moments was just reacting to Donnie Yen's young man hair. He had a full head of hair.
You are
He
going to
looked-
see.
He looked like my brother. That's like, oh, I've seen that hairstyle because I know it.
So Donnie Yen has hair in this movie.
It was so young.
If you're
Oh.
used to his clean cut look, get ready to get your mind rocked. I think it grew on me, and again, that was part of the transformation of Donnie Yen into Cripple Ho. Is that, yeah, at first the hair was just like, look, this is Donnie Yen with long hair. This is kind of crazy. but again, he just acts so well and sucks you into the story. You're like, this is Cripple Ho.
It's why I brought up Dragon Tiger Gate. That movie will make you be like, okay, that was 12 years ago, but Donnie Yen, when you got a full head of hair.
Oh
and
my God.
other,
Uh-huh.
my what, fifth now, I think? What the fuck moment that was sneaking this one in
Mhm.
really quickly is how he gets his name Cripple Ho.
Yes.
That
oh my
was
God.
such a gritty scene.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing.
Definitely a defining scene
Like that,
for his relationship with the
Yeah.
cop's character
Again,
with Brock Lee.
Lee Rock.
Lee-
All right.
Lee Rock.
Yeah, Lee is his first name.
Broccoli. Lee Rock.
Rock Lee is a different character.
I think in the subtitles called it
Lee Rock.
Lee
Sergeant
Rock.
Major Lee
It's-
Rock.
but in the casting crew it's called Louis Locke.
Maybe.
So I think our subtitles had him. It's probably like for an American.
You'll
It's
His name
probably
of the
no. It's
character.
probably a translation because the old film is Lee Rock.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no worries.
But like the storytelling in this movie was amazing, and the direct you really need to go see this movie. You really need to spend time just experiencing it, and then take a second and third viewing to really analyze and see like how a shot is set up, how there's so little or specific clutter in a shot, and it drives home the fact that they're showing all of this power struggle through body language and like verbally, how all these characters are going to clash together, but there's still an underlining tone of cooperation going on. They're trying to work together without actually having to kill each other.
Yeah.
This movie is great.
It's amazing, guys. Go check it out. That's it for Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber today.
Hidden Shadows 10.
Yeah. 10th episode. Guys, we're on Spotify now. Me and Conti are working hard to get us on Twitcher and iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Twitcher, Stitcher, and iTunes.
I'm a Twitcher.
Yeah.
Hey.
I got distracted by Con's twitching. Sorry. But go give us a like on go check out our page on Instagram, IG, Facebook coming soon, and you guys can find all our information on there, and some hilarious videos of me and Con and Nikonsi. Enjoy, And Con, did you want to plug anything before we got going here?
Always plugging my Twitch link down below.
Mhm.
Got some iHeart Gaming stuff coming in later on this year, so I'll be able to actually plug that when I get more information from them.
Heck yeah. Conti, what do you want to plug?
Just that everybody has a nice day.
Hey, have a great Friday.
Everybody's
If you're driving to work right now,
kung fu fighting
sorry.
on Kung Fu Friday.
All right, y'all. We're out. Hidden shadows of the secret chamber.
Oh,
Damn, we fanboyed the fuck out.
yeah, we did.
Donnie.